Hello there and welcome to this CSWatch J276 video where we are going to be looking at LANs and WANs. So let's get going. We're going to be looking at LANs and WANs, as I said. We're going to be looking at how they can be used, what can impact their usage, and why people should use a network. So, easy question to be answered first of all. Why should someone use a network? There are multiple reasons why you should. We've got some of them listed here. So for example, file sharing. If you are working in an office environment and all the machines are standalone, which means there's no connection between the pair of them, if you wanted to share a file, you would have to copy it on a USB stick and then take it over, plug it in. Straight away, that means only one person can have it open at a time, making edits, because as soon as two people start editing at the same time, they're not only looking at the same file. They can share hardware, such as printers, scanners, they can share an internet connection. Software can be installed or updated across a network, which means you don't have to go around every single PC. And then you can communicate with other users, so you can use email, instant messaging, or any other application you fancy for communicating between different PCs on the network. So, LANs. LANs stands for Local Area Network, and it covers a small geographical area. LANs are often found in houses where they get a broadband router sent by their internet service provider or ISP. They can be wired or wireless, and they're used in homes as a cheap way to connect together different devices such as games consoles, smart boxes, computers, all together to share an internet connection. LANs can be wired or wireless, and they can be found in businesses and schools as well. If it's a smaller area, small geographical area, you're going to be having a LAN. On the other side of things, you've got WANs, which stands for Wide Area Network. And what WANs do is they connect LANs in different geographical locations. So, for example, a business might have an office in central London, and then an office in Harpenden, and then an office in New York. The WAN would be the three LANs in the three particular centres being connected together. WANs are usually put together by hiring out expensive equipment. That equipment needs specialist knowledge to be set up, maintained, and kept running. Most companies wouldn't be able to afford the cost for it, and then also the expertise for keeping it running. An example of a WAN is an internet, because the internet is the network of networks. Network performance can be improved by looking at four different things. First of all, bandwidth. We need to make sure we're happy with this definition. Bandwidth is shared amongst users. So there is an internet connection, an internet fiber optic cable coming into my road. The bandwidth is shared amongst every single person who lives in my road. Thankfully, there's not that many houses. But the more users there are, the slower the network will be. So if you've got a small internet connection coming in, say only 1 or 2 megabytes a second, and you've got 80 PCs, those 80 PCs are going to be sharing that connection speed. Wired connections are a hell of a lot faster than wireless. When I am doing some gaming or doing uploading or downloading, I always use a wired connection onto my desktop. If I'm just milling about, looking on eBay, seeing what to buy next, I use a wireless connection because network performance isn't that much needed. Fiber optic cabling, and we'll be looking at cablings in more depth later on, is faster than copper cabling. Copper cabling is what is used for most of the UK's internet infrastructure, but is slowly being replaced by fiber optics. And then there are different hardware and topologies, which again you'll be looking at in a future video, which can impact network performance. So to summarise, resources can be shared over a network, whether that's hardware or software, files, folders, applications. LANs are in small geographical areas, whereas WANs are more widespread, linking together all the LANs, and there are multiple different impacts of network performance as we've just been speaking about. I hope this has interested you and has wetted your lips into the world of LANs and WANs, and I shall see you on another video. See you later.